Welcome to the training. The world we live in is a difficult and diverse place. We all have seen or have had experiences with staff or students who do not know how to talk or address a student with special needs. I am first going to break you into groups. Please wait for all instructions to be given before separating. Grade level teaching teams get together. Special education teams get together. Support staff, office staff, specials teachers such as music, art, physical education, computers, and libraries, inclusionists and interventionists. When you are settled into your group, we are going to give you a couple of minutes to discuss the language you have seen, heard, or used when addressing a person with special needs. There are no wrong answers here, so please be honest. This activity is meant to identify both correct and incorrect language usages. When you are done, each group will share some examples of language you've used in your group and identified. Presenter, please press stop now and allow time for group interaction. Are you surprised at some of the language that was shared within your group or examples other groups have shared with you? Chances are that your answer is yes. So now the question is, how do we address people with special needs appropriately? People first language is the answer. What is it, you might ask? People first language is language that addresses the person first, not their disability. Did you know that children with disabilities are 2 to 3 times more likely to be bullied than their non-disabled peers? This equates to almost 75% of our disabled students that have been or will be bullied before they graduate high school. Why use people first language? Because our words have weight and they often leave marks that we cannot see. The language we use will affect people in either a positive or a negative way. People with disabilities are people, not their disability. And our actions or lack thereof can affect a child's development for life. It is just as important as an educator to train your students in people first language as it is for you to use it yourself. Here are some things to remember when interacting with your students. Train your student just as you have been trained. Practice appropriate people first language with your students. Create a safe and inclusive classroom environment. Set up classroom rules that support everyone. Address any student who chooses to use inappropriate language immediately. Let's practice. She is not the girl with Down syndrome. She is Jackie and she has Down syndrome. He is not the blind kid. He is William and he is visually impaired. She is not the crippled teacher. She is Jessica and she teaches the 5th grade. He is not retarded. He is Cedric and he has a traumatic brain injury. He is not stupid. He is Charlie and he has dyslexia. And she is not the bad girl in class. She is Brittany and she has ADHD. Always remember when addressing a person with a disability that they want you to look at them like, I am a person, not a disability. Address me first as a person, please. Talk to me, not my caregiver. Treat me as you would want me to treat you. And everybody is different, not just me. We are now going to break you back into your groups. If you are still there, perfect. We're going to take another couple of minutes to have another discussion. This time, I want you to revisit the language that you had identified in the first pre-assessment. Talk about how you can change your language or your approach to others using language that does not focus on people first. When your time is up, your group will again share a couple of ideas on how you may approach a person with a disability or how you can correct another person using language that does not use a people-first mentality. Presenter, Please press stop and allow time for group interaction. Tips for success. If you do not need to address a person's disability, don't. And be careful when discussing any student or their disability. You are opening a door for legal action if you speak in a derogatory manner towards any student. We must always be mindful of how and what we say because we never know who is listening. It is our job as educators to first and foremost create a safe and inclusive environment. We must correct inappropriate language when needed. And don't forget the golden rule: think before you speak. But most importantly, always remember that a kid with a disability is just that, a kid. For more information, contact www.inclusionproject.org or www.disabilityisnatural.com/peoplefirstlanguage.html.